Hello everyone, how are you? This is Yvonne Roberts, and I am here today because we are making a video of how to make some really cool, nice, grunged up papers. And I got some grungy paper going on, and the two things that I'm using is my sponge and paper. So what I'm doing is I'm taking my sponge and I'm just going dapping the paper, dapping the sponge on the paper like so, and it's creating this really cool look on the paper. And then I'm going to use my stencils to finish that up. But I'm going to put some more blue on here. And I bought a bunch of these sponges just for this reason. And I have my little water bottle here. This used to be some oil for hydration oil. So I just spray some of that onto the sponge along with the paint, and I take the paintbrush and smear the paint, some more of the paint in there, kind of uniformly, so that the paint can go on there really nicely. But that's what I'm doing today. I'm just creating some painty papers. And as you can see, that's a little dark, isn't it? So as I put the water on there, the colors got a little dark. And that's cool. I like that. That's really cool. So now I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use a little black here. I'll put a little black on there. You know, this black is dominant. It could be very dominant. So I don't really want to overdo the black. The black take over, child. So we're not doing that. So I'm just gonna add a little black here on it. Spread it on the sponge, and we're just gonna go over that a little bit. Okay. Just little dips and dabs. Look at that. It's pretty cool. And then, like I said, once I get my stencil, once I stencil it, I'm gonna use some white now. I think I'm gonna use some white now. No, I'm gonna use some more teal. I'm gonna use this teal look. I'm almost out of it anyway, so I figure I might as well go ahead and use it up on this particular project. And like I said before, I'm just gonna smear this paint in. Okay. And then finish going over the paper with it. I hope all is well with everybody today. I hope you guys are doing great. I don't normally show up a whole lot. I don't. I don't show up on here a whole lot, but sometimes every now and then I feel like doing something. So here's the bottom of that, and I'm going to add some more burgundy. I'm going to put some more burgundy in here. So we're going to my table is really full right now. My table is full. I can't even get nothing to stand up around here. But anywho, I'm just going to smear that in there. Okay, and then we're going to push that into it. Press that into it. Okay, then we're going to add the black. Some more black to that. So just in case you guys have a, want to know how you can make some papers and stuff like that. Little grungy papers. I make jewelry, so I do a lot of grungy papers for my jewelry. And sometimes I make beads out of it. Alright, so I am done with this particular paper. So here you go. And the paper that I have, I got this paper. I got this particular kind of paper. This is watercolor paper. I like it because it's lightweight. It's not really heavy. It's not really thick. It's very lightweight, as you can see here. And it's a very soft paper. But I tell you what, it's very sturdy once you get glue on it, and once I get my glue and stuff on it and decide to what I'm going to make out of it. It is really cool. So now what I'm going to do is going to have you guys to hold on for a minute. I'm going to get a stencil or two because I don't have any stencils out here. But I'm going to show you guys how I stencil my papers. I don't have any stencils out here whatsoever. But I'm going to show you guys how I stencil my papers. I'll be right back. Hopefully it will cut off. Things can hurt. All right. All right. Okay. I'm back. Think you guys are still there, right? Okay. So here's my stencil. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my stencil. I had to turn some light on. I forgot I didn't have my light on. I'm going to take my stencil and I'm going to lay it on top. I'm going to make sure that you guys can see this. I'm going to take my stencil, lay it on top of my paper here, like so. See that? And I'm going to take my sponge, and I'm going to use some white paint now. And I'm going to take and put some white paint on top of my sponge. Just a little. Okay? And I'm going to wet this a little bit because it's a little thick. This white paint is a little thick. And we're just going to brush that in there like so. It's going to be mixed with other colors because I haven't cleaned the sponge yet. But, like I say, just want to try to give you guys a nice example of how this works. Okay, so I'm just going to take my finger and run this across here a little bit. So I have the white on my sponge, and what we're going to do is we're going to use this and we're going to press that into the stencil. Okay, I'm going to put some more white on here because I would really like to have this to be white. What else do I have? Do I have my sponge? I got some sponges. And I used, wait a minute, where's my, hold on. You know what? I don't even have to do that, to be honest with you. I have a makeup sponge here. So I am going to take the makeup sponge and I'm going to put some white paint on it, and we're just going to dip and dab. Hold on, I don't even know if you guys can see what the freak I'm doing here. You can't see anything I'm doing. Okay, so I'm just going to take the sponge and we're just going to dip and dab in here, like so, on top of the stencil. Just like that. Can you see that? Just like that. That's exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to add some more white to the sponge, and I'll just take my little makeup thing here and press that into the sponge. Okay, and so we're going to dip and dab. Now what you got to do is you got to hold the stencil down on the paper so it can make the mark. And you just do it very lightly. You don't have to do it very hard. Just lightly. And when you do that, it'll make the impression. Can you see that? Now, I've just recently learned how to do this. I haven't been knowing how to do it. I mean, this is a new thing for me. I haven't been knowing how to do it. But I'm just now learning how to do it myself. And I'm finding that I like it. It's really cool. It's really a cool thing to do when you're decorating papers. And I've always wanted to try to build up a stash of decorating papers. I've wanted to, I have been wanting to put together a stash, you know what I mean? Of doing that. I see some of these people on YouTube, man, they have such beautiful papers that they have done. And I'm one of those people. I'm like, I want a bunch of papers that I can do, you know, some artistic stuff with too. So, because like I said before, I love making jewelry, and I love making paper jewelry. Some of my jewelry is very nice. So here is what that looks like now. Now, what I want to do is the other thing I want to do is I want to show you guys how to do something else. We're not done with this piece of paper yet, okay? Gonna show you guys how to do something else. Now, here is a Q-tip. So what we're going to do is we are going to take our Q-tip with our white paint. Okay, we're not done with our white paint yet. We're still working on our white paint. We're going to take our Q-tip, well, you're going to take your hand and make sure you roll it over with this a little bit, you know what I mean? Roll your hand over a little bit, kind of flatten your tip down. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your Q-tip and push it down in the paint, okay? And then you're going to make some impressions on your paper, like little circles, little dots on your paper. Little dots here and there. You know, just decorate. We're just decorating paper. That's all we're doing. Some decorating paper ideas. That's all it is. Okay. And then we made our dots. See that? We made our dots. Can you see it? Okay. We made our dots. And so the other thing we're going to do is where is it? Let's see. Okay, so the other thing we're going to do is we're going to make some circles. Okay, I have my top here, and we're going to make some circles. We're not done with our white yet. Okay, we're still working on our white, and we're going to take this top and we're going to roll it in this white paint around the edges. Make sure our edges get nice and white. Okay, we're going to put white around the edges, and then we're going to put it on the paper like that. Okay. That's how we're going to do that. And these make for some nice decorations too. Okay, and then you may need to put some more white on, some white. We're going to add some more white paint. Okay. And then we're going to put some more white around the edges of this top. Make sure we have plenty of white around the edges of this top so we can decorate. Okay. Yep. That's how we do that. All right, so here we have our circles that we have put on our paper. Okay, now if you decide while you're working on your paper that, you know, okay, enough is enough, that's great. You may decide that you want to add some more things to it. You can, but there are different things that you can use to make marks on your papers, right? Like this, Q-tip. Now we can take this Q-tip again. We're not going to do any of the other dots again, but we're going to make lines with this one. We're going to make lines with the Q-tip. Straight lines. Straight lines in various places. Okay. Some lines are going to go straight, some lines are going to go diagonally to add to the paper. You put them wherever you want, wherever you think that they will best look. Okay, so here's an example of what I've just done. If you can see those lines, right? So this now, it kind of looks a lot galaxy, looks like a little galaxy, right? So I love the way this paper has turned out. It's turned out to look quite nice. Another thing you can do with this sponge, remember this makeup sponge? Okay, we're not done with our white yet. We're gonna use our white one more time. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna take our sponge and we're gonna makeup sponge and we're gonna put it in here, and we're going to take the end of your makeup sponge and we're going to make some impressions just like that. On our paper. And this is what you call mark making. Mark making. We're going to make some marks on our papers. And you can mark make with things that you have on hand. Okay, so these are the marks that we just made with the sponge. So I think I am going to end with that. But I want you guys to look at this. This turned out really nice, didn't it? And I have had all kind of papers. And I have not known what to do with them. I'm like, well, what am I going to do with these papers? What am I going to do with them? So I never knew how to decorate them before. So I started watching these channels on YouTube where these ladies are decorating papers and stuff with stencils, and they're using certain things to make marks with. They're using sponges and all kinds of tops, and some of these things some things you have around your house. And so I've thought to myself, you know what, I could use up a lot of my papers, and instead of buying collage papers, I could, buying decorative papers, I can make my own. So here it is. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it was interesting to you. If you decide you want to maybe get with your kids, your grandkids, and just start making up a bunch of colorful papers together, and you might decide that you want to make something. These make for good greeting cards. You can make greeting cards out of them, right? They would make for good greeting cards. They would make for, punch hearts. Get your a heart puncher and just punch a bunch of hearts and different shapes out of them, right? Get you some glue and take those shapes and layer them together. You can make refrigerator magnets out of these. I think I have a video on my channel showing you how to do that as well. So you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. God bless. Thank you for joining me. Hope you watch this video. I hope it gives you some ideas, inspiring ideas. Do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and every time I come, you will be notified. And we can come back and we can do some more really, really cool stuff. God bless you guys, and have a good day from Vonnie's Creativity Channel. God bless. Bye-bye.